Hi, good evening. I'm Advocate Aishwarya Sandeep, and I'm the founder of Law School Uncensored. And I have been a practicing advocate based out of Mumbai for almost 15 years now. I basically practice in the field of media and entertainment law. That is my forte. Uh, since last 2 3 years, I have been helping students, helping mentoring them while preparing for the AIBE exam. Now let's talk about what exactly is AIBE exam and what does it test. It's an exam that you need to have to get your COP, that's your certificate of practice. Before that, you have to enroll with your local, your local state bar association, and after that, you can attempt the said exam. The subjects, how the markings will be, the paper pattern, everything I will discuss in detail. It is not a monstrous exam. It's not something that will judge you or take away whatever you have, but it's an exam which will judge your, or rather, which is going to uh, examine you on your skill set for application of law. See, in 5 years of law school, you learn the theory of law. That is, this crime is there, X section is there, Y is the punishment for the same. But how are you going to apply it in your real life? This is something that the AIBE test. So the questions may not be so straightforward, but that doesn't mean that the questions are very difficult. If you know where to search the answers, this will be the most easiest exam. So, having said that, let's talk about why exactly is AIBE important, or why is everybody stressing so much about this particular exam. Now, uh, the All India Bar Examination, or the AIBE, as it's commonly known, is conducted by the Bar Council of India. And it's a certificate examination that every law graduate has to clear after enrolling with your respective state bar council. Once you clear your AIBE, you will get your certificate of practice, which will legally allow you to practice in the Indian courts across India. In simple words, it is, your LLB degree, it will qualify you as a lawyer, but your AIBE examination certificate is what will give you the right to practice. Now, there are several queries that will arise. What if I am somebody, who's not an Indian citizen and still I intend to practice? Should I take this exam? Yes. You'll have to pass the AIBE, clear your AIBE if you want to start practicing in the Indian courts. The second most common question asked is, ma'am, I don't intend to practice, but I want to join the corporate. So, do you think that I need to appear for this exam? For your corporate jobs, usually corporates don't ask for your certificate of practice, just your degree is sufficient. But clearing your AIBE exam will always be helpful. It will just be a plus, an addition to your existing degree. So even if you plan to go for government jobs, if you plan to uh, join a corporate, clearing out AIBE is still helpful for you. The second most asked question is that who is eligible? Now, anyone who has cleared, okay, you need to clear from your LLB degree from a good university, that is either a 5-year degree or a 3-year degree. Okay, you should have completed the same from a recognized university. After graduation, as I said, you need to enroll with your state bar council and get your enrollment certificate, which is very important document when you are filling your AIBE form. Now, whether fifth year students are allowed to appear for the said examination. I'm still not sure about the same, but I'll do mention in the description on the said topic once I get my inputs. After that, once you have your state enrollment number, you can appear for the said exam. That is, you need to fill the form, submit your documents, pay the fees, and then you can appear for the same. Now, AIBE, unlike other law exams, is not a theoretical exam. It is a multiple choice question. So most of the people think that theoretical exams are very difficult. Uh, Multiple choice questions are very easy. Yes, you don't need to write lengthy answers. You don't need to think about that, what a particular professor likes when I'm writing my answers. But what you need to know is, when it's a multiple choice question, the question can come from any corner of the book. AIBE is an open book examination for which you can carry your barracks for the subjects that are a part of your syllabus. You have to carry your barracks which are unmarked, completely clean. There should not be anything that is underlined with pencil, pen. So if you're purchasing your barracks right now, ensure that you don't have any markings on the same. No barracks with notes will be allowed. Certain barracks have notes, they have explanation below the sections. Such barracks may not be allowed. With respect to carrying photocopies or printouts of barracks, again, as I said, it may depend from center to center. It may depend on, on that particular day, whether the security allows it or not. So, this is in brief. When you have an open book exam, what is the most challenging part is to know under which topic this particular question comes in, and how are you going to search the same. One tip I would like to give you right now is, you need to start preparing with your bare act. Read the index of your bare act at least every single day. That will help you to at least brief up or brush up with the concepts. As I said, AIBE is more on application of your skill set, on your understanding of the legal concept that you learned in your last 5 years. So your rote system learning will not work here. You have to read beyond your barracks, beyond your guides. And one tip I would like to give you, that don't refer to your guides when you're studying for AIBE. Either the barracks, or you need to refer to the commentaries. Okay. Stay updated with respect to the latest case laws. Even though there is no negative marking, but at least till now there is no update on the negative marking, but it is still advised that you try to attempt all the questions. Okay. Now, which are the most important questions, or sorry, subjects that you need to concentrate? So you have your constitutional law, you have your criminal law, civil procedure code, criminal procedure code, you have your BNS, that is your IPC, you have IPR, law professional ethics, uh, property law in brief, family law again in brief. Okay. So you have your constitutional. These are a few subjects which will be there. Highest marks are allotted for Constitution of India, your Code of Civil Procedure, and your BNSS, that is your Code of Criminal Procedure. So always focus, how are you going to prepare for the said exam. So one thing you can do is, you can start solving your previous year's question papers. You can prepare your short notes, that is, under this concept, this section comes. For example, if I am preparing notes, okay, for my understanding, you can't carry these notes in your exam. If I were to prepare my notes on BNS, that is your IPC, so what I will do is, I'll just select, uh, after the chapter of body harm comes the chapter of injury to property. Then you have the chapter of counterfeiting, chapter of your offenses against public servants, definitions. Do concentrate on definitions and case laws, the most underestimated questions, but they are definitely a part of this exam. Uh, so this is in short what you are expected to prepare with. Now let's talk about what are the most common mistakes that I have seen students do. One of the most common mistake that I have seen a lot of students do is not reading the bare act. It's a very unfortunate situation wherein even law graduates are unable to read a bare act. They were not ready to, there is a particular question, at least take the effort of opening your bare act and seeing under which section it is. That student did not even take that effort. So learn how to read a bare act, open your bare acts. If you don't have them at present, you can always refer to bare acts online. The sections will be same, only difference is the page numbers that you will have. Okay, so don't think that just because it's an open book exam you don't need to prepare. At least you need to know which section is where, so that you can avoid wasting your time on the day of the exams. Okay. uh, if you know what is the structure of law. As I said, that if you know that in IPC, after injury to physical body comes injury to property, then comes marriage offenses, then comes this, then comes that, then you're easily prepared. So your brain automatically knows that, okay, after this I need to refer to ABCD things. Okay. It is not technically a very difficult exam. It's very easy to score above 70. Any student who has sincerely read their barracks or brushed your barracks, you can easily score above 70, provided your concepts are clear. See, right now, your AIBE marks do not play a huge role, but you never know how things will be in future. So these are the basic questions that I could answer in a quick 10-minute session. We'll be having more such sessions. So do stay tuned and do subscribe to the channel. If you have any queries that you want me to address, you can mention it down in the chat box.